Morning, welcome to Business Growth Accelerator Live. Hope you had a really good weekend. This morning I want to tell you a story, and it involves my daughters, but it's a lesson for business as well. Because remember, we want to do solid results for serious business owners who are wanting solid results in this. Now, I'll tell you, being a father to a daughter and a stepdaughter, it's always filled me with dread because they're growing up, or they've grown up into beautiful, intelligent young women who had the capacity and the mental aptitude to do anything that they wanted. And I was determined to ensure they were given every opportunity to make good decisions in life, even when they felt pressure to do otherwise. Now, the interesting thing is, I didn't want them pressured by some young stud wanting to place notches on his belt at the expense of my daughters, because, recalling from experiences of my younger days made me realize I didn't want any boyfriend of my daughters trying to emulate my erstwhile ways. And, on reflection, I'm not proud of what I did in my youth. There's a lot of things that I don't want anyone else to find out about. However, it did give me an insight as to how I could protect my daughters and allow them to control any potential uncomfortable situation that they might find themselves in. And the story I'm going to give you also is going to relate to business, which I'm going to talk to you fairly soon. Now, I took Claire and Louisa aside individually just before they started dating and sat them down for probably the most profound father-daughter talk we were ever going to have. And I said to them, at some stage in your dating career, you're going to find yourself in a really, really uncomfortable situation. You're going to be asked to do something, either sexually or morally, that is wrong, or that you may feel uncomfortable doing, or that you don't want to be part of. I went on and I said, now look, this is what I want you to do. I've got my phone here. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take out your mobile phone and hand it to the person who's making you feel uncomfortable and say to them, please ring my dad. Let him know what you're proposing. And if it's okay with him, then it's going to be okay with me. Now, really interesting. To date, and they're both young, very young women and with partners or married, I didn't get a phone call. So I can only assume two things. First one, that they were never put in that situation, which I doubt very much. Alternatively, they were so wild that they went along with any and every wild thing that their boyfriends proposed. And I kind of think that could be the second option, although I'd never say that to them. But it's really interesting, quite seriously, that both daughters said to me that knowing this allowed them to feel in control. Regardless of the circumstances, they knew they could ring their mum or me and we would help them out of whatever situation they were finding it too difficult to handle. And with no judgment from us whatsoever. We would come and pick them up if necessary, wherever they were, whatever time of the day or night. And it removed the pressure on them because they didn't have to make the decision, and this is what they felt really comfortable about, because it placed it on me as the dad, as the father, and I'm happy to have that pressure so that they didn't. Because, it's hard enough being a young woman in this world anyway without the added pressure of being forced to do something that you don't want to do. So, it got me thinking, and this is a story that I relate in my book, in my book that I wrote, Business Matters, Family Matters, so does Business. Second edition, #1 bestseller in the UK, which I was pretty proud of. So, as I said, business can be like our daughters. You can get into a situation that is beyond your control or understanding, especially when you're new in business, because business is difficult if you don't know what you need to do. Business is difficult if you don't have the business acumen or no one's taught you how to run a business. I still need a mentor and a guide, and I'm, 30 years into business. It's someone who will help me to understand what I need to do next to hold me accountable. Because, even when I first started off, there wasn't much that I knew or understood. I needed that guidance and that help. Even now, all these years later, I still have a mentor and a guide, someone I can call on to talk with, who can guide me and help me understand what it is I need to do, what is the right thing to do, and someone who doesn't judge me for the silly mistakes that I make. Now, it's important that you also have someone who doesn't judge you or will tell others about the mistakes that you make. Someone who can be your confidant, who you can actually confide in. Someone who can take the pressure from you so you can learn, because when we're under pressure, it is really, really hard to learn. When we're under pressure, that's when we make mistakes. So when we've got someone beside us who can guide us, it just makes it so much easier for us to learn so we don't fall into those potholes where we've got to pull ourselves out, dust ourselves off again. So don't be scared to be like my daughters. All right, have someone in your corner in your business life that you can call or you can talk to who is going to help you with those uncomfortable times. Have someone that you can pick up your phone to and ring and say, hey, I'm in a situation. Can you help me? No judgments. You're going to be the better for it. If I can help you with anything like this, please give me a call. Let me know. Because remember, these are simple strategies for serious business owners who are wanting solid results. See you again soon.